Hey, good evening. I just came in from the rain. I love it. I'm so grateful. I always just thank God for the rain. I hate droughts, but here's the deal. I've been thinking about this subject for a while now. I've come across some people over the years, and even just in the last few weeks, in particular, that made me think about this topic again, was working hard is hard work. I thought that was pretty catchy and cute. But working hard is hard work. When I was younger and I'd watch my parents work, and I spent more time with my mom, and I'd watch her get up early or work late shifts or be on call, or then she had a business that she ran, and I'd follow her around and I'd watch what she did. And my dad too, he was a hospital administrator, so they were always checking on stuff, dealing with people, and the way they carried themselves and the way they did business and the way they interacted with others taught me a lot. And about character and excellence, and how to, as my pastor Don Lavelle says, comport myself to be, above reproach and to do the best I can. And so with that being said, this week, I was juggling one house closed, and the sellers had to stay in that house while they were waiting for their new house to be available, because the seller of that house couldn't move out, at the same time we moved out. And all that to be said, we were trying to coordinate cleaning crews and doing this and that. And I have a friend who, I'm going to be helping and I'm going to be promoting for cleaning, who, went to clean and had to go back a couple times because there were some things that that she overlooked or didn't quite get cleaned up because it was too difficult. And I had to, give some suggestions and show her what to use, what products to use, or how to potentially get it better, clean it better, all that to be said. Then we had to go back first thing in the morning after working most that day. And I went back at 6 a.m. with her to do the house cleaning, because I knew we wouldn't have enough time. She wouldn't have enough time to get the house clean. And so I got up at 6 with her to pick her up and take her to the house and make sure the house was properly cleaned. And then we went back to the other house to clean the old house again, because there were some things over there that we wanted to deal with. But this young lady that I was training to clean houses, I had to show her a lot. I had to show her, look, you don't get what you expect, you get what you inspect. And I didn't beat her up in where she fell short. My goal is, whenever people come my way, it's so that I can bless them and encourage them. Even though I'm correcting them, I'm still encouraging them to do better, because my heart with anyone I meet, whether it's another realtor or whether it's someone doing house cleaning for me, or house repairs or handyman work, or any kind of person that I interact with, my heart is always to be straightforward and honest with them. Because I said, if I don't tell you where you fell short, where I'm disappointed and or frustrated, in a kind manner, in a manner with the goal to help you get better so that you can do better with your business, then I'm hurting you, right? So with that being said, I told this young lady, I was like, look, you have to wipe it down. You have to do this. You have to have these products. This is what you need to do. If you didn't have the necessary product, you need to call me and say, hey, this grease is not coming off this vent hood. I'm not sure what to do. Then you call me, because I do know what to do. So I got the right products to her, and I got the right stuff, and I took her back, and she went back like 3 or 4 times, and she was frustrated, but she carried her heart in such a good way. And she's okay with me sharing this, but she said, she had a hard upbringing. She hasn't had parents really train her. She hasn't really been trained to do things well, like I was training her. Right. And so she goes, wow, I now realize why you're so busy, why you do so well, because you're always, going above and doing things for people. And it takes a lot more energy, and it takes a lot more focus, and it takes a lot more effort to do things right and to do things well. And it's hard work. And I looked at her, I said, hard work is, working hard is hard work, isn't it? She's like, yeah. And I said, but if you're willing to humble yourself and learn what it takes to be excellent, then there is a payoff, right? Because you'll start to do things more efficiently, you'll start to do things better, and therefore you'll work hard, but you'll be more efficient and you'll have better results, right? And therefore your reputation will go before you, right? So people say, man, she even remembered to wipe above the refrigerator, or she even remembered to do the vent hood, or she, people will notice that. One of the jokes I'd say to the people that my mom would hire, my mom has her own business, and I've worked for my mom, and I grew up with my mom, and my mom's been a very successful businesswoman. She was an anesthesiologist for 35 some years, and she's had 2 different businesses that did very well. And I would follow my mom around, like my house, like she wipes out the sink after she uses it. Okay. So it's not got water stains and whatever. And I'm like, oh, Mom, we're just going to use it again. Why are you wiping it out? It's a sink, Now, guess what? I wipe out the sink. Then, she'll walk by and there will be like a little tiny lint ball or something on the floor, and she'll stop and she'll pick it up. Or she'll have something here and she'll organize it a certain way. Or when she finishes cooking or she does this or does that, she puts something back this way. Right? Or when she makes copies or takes orders for the clients, I listen to her and I see how she does it, right? So I learn how she does it. And so I would tell these people that were working for my mom or new to working with my mom, I said, just learn to read her mind and you'll do great. And it's kind of like, oh, that sounds kind of, but it's true. Watch her enough. Keep your eyes on her. Keep your eyes on people that are succeeding and doing well. And I mean succeeding in the sense that they're effective in what they do and they have a good reputation and they represent well, right? And that they do well, right? It doesn't mean we're perfect. I mean, I have areas where I'm always trying to improve, and there's been people that really made me mad. People did wrong by me, like, oh yeah, hey, make sure, got to make sure we collect that prorated rent and the deposits for the tenants when we close on this investment property. Oh, of course. Yeah, I'll have that for you. Well, sure enough, we close and I'm like, where's the prorated rent? Where are the deposits? And the realtor's like, oh, well, let me check. And so the seller's like, no, I don't want to. He wouldn't give us the prorated rent and the deposits aren't even his, but he felt justified in keeping those deposits in the prorated rent because the property didn't appraise for what he wanted it to appraise for. And so he felt justified, even though it was totally wrong. So what I did is I said to my client, well, I should have made sure that I collected that for you instead of trust somebody, and I'm going to give you $2,200. I gave him half my commission. Okay. Why? Did I have to? Maybe not really. I don't know. The guy's a liar. We could have gone after the seller because he's the one who had the people's money, not me, but for me, my point was, man, I trusted somebody because I would never do that to anybody, but I was a fool in the sense that I didn't make sure at closing that money was there. So I was willing, I'm about making it right, whether it's my fault or not. I'm going to take care of my client and then I'll take care of the rest, right? So the lesson I learned was it doesn't matter what you trust. I mean, even this last week, the realtor was supposed to have the builder check the roof to make sure the flashing was there. Well, it's 5:45 p.m. the night before closing, and they kept saying, oh, I'm going to have it taken care of. I have my roofer, I have this, I have that. Well, did you get the builder out there? I highly doubt that the builder did not put proper flashing there. Oh, yeah, well, it's okay. I'll just get my roofer out there. All that to be said, it's 5:45 at night. Oh, the roofer's supposed to be there. He's not. Hasn't done anything. And we're supposed to close at 10 in the morning. So instead of going, whatever, he didn't do it, oh my gosh, what do I do? I just drove to the builder where the builder builds, and I found a house where there were people on the roof. It's like 5:45. And I'm like, hey, can I get your supervisor's number? So I call the supervisor, and the supervisor sent me pictures and showed me that, how they put the flashing, and it was good and it was there. But we had 45 days where this realtor had to simply track down somebody to ask a question to, and they didn't. Right? It's hard work to make sure you do what's right. It's hard work to go out of your way to do everybody else's job. But the bottom line is, if you don't do it and they don't do it, it's still on you, right? So I could just make a deal. Oh, that's too bad. Gee, they were supposed to check the roof. Oh, I don't know. They were supposed to. Well, now I'm doing the other person's job. But I do it because that's what I'd want done for me. I'd want someone protecting me first and foremost, right? And to stay up late, to take phone calls, to do amendments, to find repair people, to make sure they have their good people, a good network of people that can help them do repairs on their homes that are trustworthy and affordable. Knowing what we have to fight for, knowing what we don't have to fight for, right? And it's just about being excellent. It's tiring, and whether it's real estate or sales or any job, to be really good at something, this whole perception of rich people just take advantage of the poor and, they should be taxed higher and, oh man, they're so fortunate. Well, you know what? I have to say though, unless someone's inherited their fortune, I know there's nobody throughout history that didn't work day and night hard to make their fortunes. Okay? And so I'm just encouraging anyone who wants to be encouraged, like, sometimes I'm really tired, I'm really busy, and I got a lot going on. People are like, oh, you're so busy, you're so this. I'm like, yeah, I'm hoping not to be. I want to slow down, I want to whatever. But in order to do things to the level that I want to do them, I do a lot more work. And it's hard. But my people have a clean house. They make sure the cleaning lady did it right, and make sure the roof's right, and make sure these things that I don't have to do, I do because it's better than just, average. So anyway, yes, if you want to succeed, humble yourself, learn. I had another cleaning gal and I said, what did you clean? What did you do? She goes, I've been cleaning 20 years. And I said, well, there's streaks all over the faucet. The floor is streaked. I see hairballs underneath the table. What did you do? Well, I clean. I said, well, let me show you something. You need to dry off the faucet after you wipe it down. You need to sweep and then mop and then maybe sweep again. Oh, but I've been cleaning 20 years, and she got offended. And I said, well, then I can't refer you to people to clean because you don't clean well, and you won't humble yourself and recognize and admit where you fell short and learn from it so that you can be excellent. Instead, you want to argue with me and tell me what you know instead of you clearly don't know. Right? So what blessed me really about this week is my friend Amanda, and if you need a house cleaner, you can call her. Is Amanda was like almost in tears. She goes, wow, thank you so much for showing me. Thank you so much for teaching me. This isn't easy. This is hard, but wow, I've never been taught like this, and I didn't have anyone help me, and I didn't, she's had a rough life, but she's humble and she's hungry to work. And as long as she's willing to humble herself and be hungry to work and receive the correction and be excellent in her spirit, I keep telling her, baby, you'll do fine. But as long as but I've had these other ones that just start making excuses. Well, I this and I've done that and it's so hard and I can't. Then I'm done with you. I'll give you the chance, but I'm done with you. If you're not willing to work hard and do what it takes, you're not going to make $15-20 an hour off the bat. No, you're not. You better show yourself. The Bible says, show yourself a worker approved, right? And then you'll be okay, right? And it also says, if you don't work, you don't eat. So you can't justify or demand getting paid a certain amount until you show yourself that you're able to receive that amount and do more. And I guarantee you, if you do a really good job, people will be happy to pay you and tip you and promote you, and you'll do really well. So anyway, that's a lot, but I'm just fired up about it. Be excellent. Let's do it. Work hard. Be a blessing. Amen.